Salutations, future Twig. Past Twig here once again with another Robot Warband miniature machination. We're up to number 5, so halfway through all the miniatures I made for this little warband with high 5. And this, I gotta say, is one of my personal favorite miniatures from this little gaggle I've put together, as you'll see why in just a moment. First off, though, really quick inspirations. I want a 10-unit kill team so I can do various skirmish-style war games if I ever get invited to more with friends or the like. And as such, I put together these 10 little robot miniatures to do just that. Moving right along here, here's high 5, which gets the video rolling. Again, one of my personal favorites. I actually built his body, as you can see, out of like one of those airport bottle liquor containers, like those little tiny travel bottles of alcohol. I then attached 4 bits of, I think, paper clip with some little beads on the end to kind of give him like these cute little like scooter roller balls so he can kind of like scoot around by himself. And then, of course, you see he has a capacitor on top for his little energy port on the top of his head. I gave him 2 big half-dome beads with 2 smaller half-dome beads for eyes, so he has 2 faces, basically. And then I had this, I think what inspired this was I had this leftover hand from like a really odd little miniature, like one of those like Kinder Egg style ones, and it was just a hand. And so I wasn't sure what to do with it, but then I also had that really cool bead, which you can see it's the bead there that kind of acts as the wrist for that hand with the wavy pattern on it that I kind of brought out there. And I was like, I've got to use these for something. So I found this old piece of like bendable wire. I cut it to length, put it into the bottle cap with some hot glue, and there you go. You've got the basics for a miniature. As for what this miniature I think did, or like what's the story behind him, I think he was one of those that was kind of like directing traffic or helping to direct people whenever they would arrive. He would greet them and then direct them to where part of like a facility they would need to go to drop off their products, their materials, or whatever else. You could see that. I could also see him being like a quality control guy where he comes by and just occasionally checks levers, presses buttons, ensures that nothing's sparking or catching on fire with all the machinery that was no doubt running. As for the color scheme, I've talked about it a bunch. It's coppers and golds, with coppers being the base, gold being the accents, silver for damage and other wear. I also used light sky blue for the actual energy color with little white bits to highlight it, and then black rim for the base. And yeah, that's all I basically have for you guys. This is definitely one of my favorite ones, and thank you very much for watching this miniature machination, and tune in next time to see what number 6 looks like. Take care, guys.